next week.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. We have some significant weather event coming to basically most of the Bahamas.
We're heading towards Georgetown for the last time.
So here we are, we made it to Georgetown. It's a little chaotic. The barge that you can't see behind that other boat just dropped its loader, just plumb in the water.
We're hunkering down for the storm.
Said there was a guy in the cab when it went under and they were able to get him out.
Making a trip to the vet.
Choo-choo.
And handling an unexpected repair.
Oh, we got a hole in her, Dean.
What?
See that?
Yeah, I do.
Before we say our goodbyes to the Bahamas. She's half a century old. And she's taking us on the wildest adventure of our lives. 5 years ago, we chose simple, not easy, experiences, not wealth, human connection, not possessions. Guided by faith, not fear, we can't wait to see where this journey takes us. We're exploring the north end of the Ragged Islands, and there was no way we were going to spend 2 weeks removed from civilization without something going wrong. Yesterday, we came into this anchorage about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're at Flamingo Cay, and it was pretty gnarly. A lot of rocks on the bottom here, so we had to really choose our anchor spot pretty carefully. It was a couple tries before we got it to hold here. And we came down below, got everything shut down, got the sails put up, came down below, and the fresh water pump is running for some reason. So I just turned the water pressure off, figured out later. And a few minutes later, we went in the head, and it is like a full-on sauna in there. There's misted water everywhere. It's humid like you would not believe. So what we figured out is the little gasket on the faucet had gotten fouled, and it was just doing this stream, this fine mist of hot water from the hot water tank, just into the air and all over the head, which, you know, sounds fantastic if we'd have done it on purpose. But basically now we're figuring out what happened. Well, we did the dishes later, and our freshwater pump is not coming on. So we're doing some troubleshooting, trying to figure out exactly what is causing it to not come on.
I don't think it's getting power though.
Yeah, the pump wasn't hot, or it wasn't like it overheated. It gave us no signals that like the pump was burning up. It just doesn't turn on anymore.
I'm wondering if the pressure switch side, the part that tells it to come on, is not functioning. DC volts 13.
Okay. So the pump is bad.
Looks like
The pump quit. Thank goodness we brought a spare. That was a last minute grab at West Marine. I just had this feeling like, man, I just feel like we shouldn't. We have another freshwater pump, but it's a completely different brand, model, all that kind of stuff. And to make it fit in here would be like reworking everything. This one pretty much had the same footprint. We just had to make a couple little modifications, but easy compared to what we would have had to do with the other one.
Yeah, I have yet to say one swear word. I mean, this has been relatively painless.
That's fantastic.
It's fantastic. Thank you, Captain Nicole.
We primed the pump and we're back in business.
Let me shrink wrap that or whatever.
Okay.
Heat shrink it, and then we'll play.
Like most of the other islands out here, there isn't a whole lot to do on Flamingo Cay other than a couple of trails, which is just the way we like it. We found some lizards and these tiny red shrimp.
It's not very good for eating.
You sure?
Well, there's just not much meat on them.
Salad shrimp, babe.
You think you can catch one?
No. Watch this guy.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's beautiful.
And in true Bahamas fashion, an absolutely gorgeous beach on the Atlantic side of the island.
It's like postcard beach.
This morning we're making the next jump up to Water Cay. This is where a lot of the local fishermen stop to clean their catch, so there's a bit more traffic than on the other islands. James really wanted to fish here, but as soon as we dropped the hook, the welcoming committee arrived, so we decided against it. The reef sharks and bull sharks here are used to cleaning up after the fishermen, and they're willing to get pretty close to you.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
3:30.
It's 3:30. And we have some significant weather event coming to basically most of the Bahamas. So we're at the very top of the Gementos now. And we were planning to leave anyway, so it kind of worked out. There's really nowhere to shelter. It's going to be a westerly wind event. There's nowhere to hide really in the Gementos, or honestly much of the Bahamas. There's not a lot of places to hide, so people are kind of scrambling. Everyone's talking about it, but we're supposed to see some pretty severe thunderstorms and winds in the 40 to 50 mile an hour range, perhaps gusting. So we are heading back to Georgetown in order to do that and make it there before the winds get really bad. We have to do one straight shot, which is 12 hours for us.
So it's 3:30 in the morning. We're fixing to place the anchor and we're on our way. And it's raining right now.
It's raining, and it's already blowing, and it's.
You're gonna teach while I
And
do
I'm
all.
scheduled to teach this morning. So normally we kind of try to time it where I teach and then we leave, but we can't wait this time. We got to get out of here, and everybody in Georgetown is going to be shifting from one side of the harbor to the other to get better protection from this. So it's going to be slim pickings on a spot to anchor when we get there. It might be a little wacky, but that's another reason we want to definitely be there in the daylight to get our spot.
One of my poor dog. She's like, but we didn't go to the beach yet.
We don't say that word.
There's no beach today, baby.
Don't say that word.
I guess you can't be in paradise always. It's to suck every once in a while.
Yeah.
Just to keep it real. No Trump! Anchored on bottom!
So here we are, we made it to Georgetown again. It's a little chaotic. There's a lot of people moving. There's kind of boats everywhere where there aren't normally boats. And the barge that you can't see behind that other boat just dropped its loader, just plumbed in the water. So, am I silly? Why can't they just drive it away like normal? Like, why are they towing it like that?
I don't know.
Lots of excitement here in Georgetown tonight. You can see the slick from all the diesel in the water. So we really do need to make water. We will not be making water tonight.
No.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of gnarly. Crazy though. You can't see anything that way. There's actually like over 100 boats right up that way. Can't see anything. There's some thunder. There's where we were. That dark hole boat over there, that's where we were anchored. They didn't really like us anchored next to them. And of course, when all that was happening and they wanted us to move, it was okay. And then while we were moving, it looked like what you just saw while we were pulling up the anchor. So, of course, it's just how it goes.
We got wet.
We got soaked, but it is what it is. At least it's 75 degrees and we got soaked. Not too bad. And we're all settled in again.
You know what's crazy at Flamingo Cay when it was blowing like stink? There was boats close enough to pass the salt and we never had a lick of trouble.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, no, scoot up, get in here. We all...
Yeah, we noticed there's
there's two kinds of sailors. There's sailors that really want a lot of room around them, super, super cautious. And a lot of the kind of more salty sailors we've come across are like, no, come in, put your anchor right here, right beside me, because they know we're gonna let out 100 foot of chain. We're not gonna stay right beside them. But for the people that are very cautious, we're gonna respect that. And like I said, it's easier to just move than have an argument and have people that are upset or scared or whatever. So we felt like our anchor was fine, like we were in a good spot, it was all good, but people disagree. That's okay. Oh my gosh, there's some guys in a taxi or fishing boat out there. This is really like the first bad weather we've had here, so honestly. And we've been here for almost 3 months. So you can't really complain.
It's half full, babe.
Oh my gosh. Today we are going to provision, and one thing we've figured out is go to the grocery store as few times a month as possible. So last month we did way better on our budgeting, just going to the grocery store once. And so
we were in Cat Island where there was tons of groceries.
Tons of groceries. So we're going to provision here, and the goal today is to get a month's worth of groceries to get us all the way to Dominican Republic. Everything is going to be loads cheaper there. So we want to provision one more time here. First, we have to go investigate the loader situation for ourselves. There it is. So yeah, they said there was a guy in the cab when it went under. They were able to get him out. He's safe and fine, but that's unfortunate. The oil's coming up to the surface. Little tiny droplets.
Is a schooner anything with more than 2 masts? Tell us in the comments. We saw this boat from across the way and it's very interesting. Look at how the masts are raked way back. And there's 3, so James is immediately drawn to it.
Our next boat has a minimum of 2 masts.
So today we're going to the ShopRite, which is more of like where the locals go, we're pretty sure. It's got like a cool little pharmacy, but it is... Oh, there's a turtle.
Came on low. Oh, sea turtle?
Yeah. It's incredibly shallow over here.
Right. I always go to the same spot.
Right here by the tree?
Yeah. And then tie it to somewhere good on that tree. Oh, we got a hole in our dinghy.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You see that?
Yeah, I do. Alright. Just hit every aisle, I guess.
Salt, pepper.
Yeah. We got $500 worth of groceries. This should be a month's worth of provisioning. All right, so the dinghy situation is not that great because that pontoon is deflating.
See the bubbles? They're coming out of this corner right here.
You see where it's at?
Right here on this corner.
Okay. We do have a patch kit though. We have all the Hypalon glue and all that, so.
Yeah, but it's not an easy place to patch.
It just jumped up the list of priorities. We have to do that immediately. So the leak is coming mostly from right here, James said, was where the air bubbles were coming out. So we're gonna try and clean it up as best we can first. Get it dry with acetone. This is just a rub rail, so this isn't actually holding a seam closed, but there's a seam underneath it. So being that we're messing with it, we're just gonna shoot glue everywhere we can make it fit. This is almost the same repair that we paid for them to do on the other pontoon before we left. And keep in mind, this dinghy is 2 years old and has been minimally used. So Inmar is not scoring very high for us right now. All right, I've gotten that about as clean as I can and as dry as I can. And then mix up some of the Hypalon glue and say a prayer. So we did our repair yesterday. Oh no, I don't see anything. That's awesome. So we'll see how it does today, but I think maybe we got it. You think we got it?
I think we got it.
I didn't film that really exciting part yesterday of squirting the Hypalon glue up in there and holding it down to get it to cure, but looks successful. Chewy, it's time to go to the vet again. In order to travel to the Dominican Republic, we'll need a new health certificate for each animal. The vet is only in town here every 2 weeks, so we got very lucky with the timing. It's about a 20-minute dinghy ride to the beach where we'll leave the dinghy, and then it's another 20-minute walk from there to the office.
Super chill.
Choo-choo. We got all the paperwork, but we don't actually have it in our hands yet. They needed some time to get it all put in the computer and printed. So we're gonna have to come back tomorrow morning and pick it up. So here's the repair spot from yesterday. How's that pontoon feel? Still tight?
Tight.
Yay! We've been now in and out of Georgetown, I think 4 different times, just for provisions and fuel and meeting up with friends or family. So this is probably our last departure from Georgetown, and we're gonna head up to Long Island, north end of Long Island, and that's gonna be the first leg of our voyage further south. So onward to the Dominican. Next week, we make a couple more stops in the Bahamas. Allegedly, the 3rd island that Columbus landed on. Get a front row seat to a rapid, unscheduled disassembly. Just like the perfect sequence of weather and wind changes. Finally finish our Concorn and push south to the Dominican Republic. Like the video? Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up with all of our adventures. Liberty, this is a good beach! She's like good enough to take a poop.
Oh, Daddy,
This is a good beach! Get it from the front, I guess. So we really do need to make water, but
Not tonight.
we will. Oh, that's really big.